What is up, Insaners, and welcome to another video of the Fantasy Premier League 2022-23 season. In this one, guys, we're going to talk about our team selection. So we'll talk about our team, our transfer plans, and we'll end this video with the best captaincy options of Game Week 27. So if you like the video today, make sure to hit the like button. Also subscribe to the Insanely Football YouTube channel for more such FPL content. And with that, let's start today's video. So this is what we have in terms of our team for Game Week 27. We have 4.3 million in the bank, so it's a lot of money to make any transfers. Now in terms of the defense, we are playing a back three, and in terms of our goal, we have Raya in goal. So it's Everton away and Southampton away. Both aren't really the best fixtures, but I think both Everton and Southampton aren't the best of attacks at the moment. They aren't scoring a lot of goals, and there may be a possible clean sheet in there, if not two. There's also a chance that Raya can make a lot of saves, considering that Brentford do concede a lot of shots. Yes, their away record has not been that great this season, but in general, I think Brentford are in great form and I think he should be fine. Now, in terms of the three defenders as well, we're playing a back three and I have Zinchenko, Estupinian, and Henry in goal. So I think Estupinian and Henry are pretty much great options for the double game week. I mean, they were bought for a purpose and now it's a time to shine for both of them. Both of them are really good options. They are attacking. I think they should do really well. Now, the third option is where my confusion lies, where I have Zinchenko at the moment. I have Trippier and Botman on the bench, which is not ideal. And I might play Trippier ahead of Zinchenko, but yeah, I'm still a little bit confused in terms of which player to go for. Zinchenko is Fulham away, so it's going to be a tricky fixture. Fulham generally score goals, so I think there's possibly a chance of not getting a clean sheet. But then Fulham's defense is quite bad, guys, and I think there's a chance that Zinchenko can get an attacking return. Now with Trippier, it's Wolves at home, and there's always a chance that Trippier can get you some 7-8 points on an easy basis. I mean, he can get you a clean sheet plus those 2 or 3 bonus points that he generally gets. And I think if my decision would go down to the wire, and I think it would be between Zinchenko and Trippier. Rest, I think, is pretty much fine. I'm absolutely fine playing a back three. Now let's move on to our midfield options. In terms of our midfield, we have Mitoma and March as a Brighton option. Now we went for both of them on a wildcard Game Week 26. Of course, we benched Mitoma and we didn't have McAllister for that huge haul, but I think Mitoma and March are absolutely fine. I can always make that switch from March to a McAllister, but I just feel that it's a sideways switch and I might not do it. In terms of the other options, I have Saka, who's playing Fulham away. I think that's going to be a good attacking fixture for the Arsenal team. Then I have Rashford as well, who had that massive and heavy defeat against Liverpool. But this week, it's against Southampton. I think Man United will bounce back, and I think Rashford is a good option, considering that he's been in good form in general. So I think this is my dilemma here. I have Martinelli also from midfield, who's on the bench, which is not absolutely ideal because, again, Martinelli also has Fulham away. He's the double up on the Arsenal team. So the decision lies here whether I should play Rashford or Martinelli. And right now I'm inching a little bit towards Rashford. Now in terms of our forwards, I have Haaland, Tony and Kane. Now there could also be a conversation where I can say that, I probably bench Kane against Nottingham Forest and I'll play Martinelli as a 3-5-2 as a fifth midfielder and then playing a 3-5-2. Now that is also an option, but again, you can't just think of benching Kane against Nottingham Forest. It's a home game for Tottenham. Now I know Tottenham has been a bit wary in terms of their form. It's a bit all over the place at the moment and Kane might just blank and Nottingham Forest might just come up with a win. I think you still have to play the odds, have to play the best player, and I think Kane is looking absolutely okay for this week. In terms of the other options, Haaland and Tony again. Tony picks himself because of double game week, and again, he on the wildcard, he was brought for this same game week. And Haaland against Crystal Palace may not be the worst fixture out of the lot. Yes, it's an away game. We may see some rotation. We may see Haaland getting limited minutes. But I think Haaland against Crystal Palace is absolutely fine. Now, in terms of my current transfer strategy, the idea earlier was to save a free transfer. I have a free transfer available and I think I'm going to save that free transfer. Now, the other option is I do the sideways move from March to McAllister. Now, that could be on the cards, but again, yes, McAllister is on penalties. Yes, McAllister is probably playing in a more advanced role, which is the number 10 role, and he's probably going to post better numbers. But I just feel this feels like a sideways move. I mean, this week McAllister can blank or maybe March can score a couple of goals. So that is always a possibility. So I'll think a little bit more before I make this move. I'll dive into some stats and data as well. I'll be sharing those on Instagram or maybe as a blog as well. So do keep an eye out for that. But I think this is probably the only move that I'm thinking. I think the rest of the team is absolutely fine. In fact, I have a couple of benching headaches, which I'm possibly going to sort out before the deadline. Now let's talk about captaincy and the best captaincy options for Game Week 27. Now, if you are looking to go safer in terms of captaincy, now there could be a lot of variance, don't get me wrong. But if you're trying to maximize your returns, I think going for a double game week player is a great option. Now we have a few double game week options We have Mitoma, who's possibly the best option in terms of captaincy from the Brighton team. I think he has the best stats. I think he looks really good on the eye test. Plus, he also has the best projections in terms of points for this week. So I think Mitoma against Leeds away and Crystal Palace home, I think he's possibly the best option in the Brighton attack. Now, in case if you don't want to go for Brighton, in case if you go for the Brentford player, I think Ivan Toney has to be the standout option. Yes, both games are away, but Ivan Toney, as we've already seen, is also on penalties. He scored a penalty in the last game. He can always do that. He can always score from a set piece, even from open play. I think he's a great option. There are some concern about his yellow card, etc. But again, it's a double game week, guys, and you have to play him. And I think he's a great captaincy potential. I don't think so. The majority people are going to go for Mitoma. I think it's going to be quite an equal spread this week, and you can easily go for Toney. In case if you don't have Mitoma, or in case if you don't want to go for Mitoma, in case if you feel that McAllister is the one that's going to probably give you the maximum points, I think you can go for McAllister as well. Then there's Solly March, again not very high in my captaincy list. He's probably the third best Brighton option at the moment and the fourth best captaincy option in general. But yeah, in case if you want to go for the upside, in case if you're chasing, in case if you want to go aggressive, then I think McAllister and March are the options to go for. Now, in a possible scenario where you do not trust the Brighton or the Brentford players, or you don't want to go for the double game week players because you just feel that they may not be that high in terms of goal scoring, in terms of getting points, etc., you can also target a single game week player. Now we have two single game week options in Mo Salah and Erling Haaland. I've rated them below all these options from Brighton and Brentford because I just feel because of the additional fixture, because of their attacks as well, I think they have decent potential. But yeah, Salah against Bournemouth. Bournemouth aren't really a great side in terms of defense. They are conceding a lot of shots, a lot of goals. It's an away game, so it's basically a home game for Bournemouth, so things might be a bit different, but I think in general Bournemouth haven't really looked that great in defense, and I think they can concede a lot of goals. Liverpool, after that win against Man United, 7 goals against Man United, I think the confidence is going to be very high, and I'm expecting Liverpool to win this one. Now, in terms of the other option, we have Erling Haaland from Man City. A lot of people think that Man City haven't really clicked over the past few weeks in terms of attack. Erling Haaland's returns have dried up a little bit. Yes, he's still getting an odd assist. He's also scoring goals, but yeah, people just think that his returns have dried up a little bit. That might be true, but yeah, in case if you still want to go for the slightly favorite option in terms of going safer, I think a lot of the dead teams, a lot of teams, or a lot of managers who do not make any changes will have Erling Haaland as captaincy. But if you feel that his potential is high, you can stick with him. It's a single game week, may not be as attractive as a double game week players, but yeah, he's still a potential option. So guys, this was my team, my transfer plans, and some of the best captaincy options for Game Week 27. Do let me know what you think of these in the comments below. That'll be all from my side for this video. I hope you enjoyed and liked the video today. I hope you found it useful. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Also subscribe to the Insanely Football YouTube channel for more such FPL content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.